Thank you, Ben. Congratulations. My name is Kristen Sostowski. I'm a director at Gibbons PC in Newark, New Jersey, and I'm NOL's incoming president-elect. Each year, NOL presents the M. Ashley Dickerson Award to a lawyer who has demonstrated throughout her career a commitment to promoting diversity within our profession. This award is named for NOL's first African-American president. M. Ashley Dickerson graduated from Howard Law School in 1945 and was the first African-American woman admitted to practice law in both Alabama and Alaska. During a legal career that spanned 7 decades, she was dedicated to pursuing cases involving the rights of women and people of color and to mentoring the next generation of diverse attorneys. I'm very proud to present this year's Dickerson Award to Sandra Phillips Rogers, the Chief Legal Officer, General Counsel, and Corporate Secretary of Toyota Motor North America. Like Ashley Dickerson, Sandra has been a trailblazer throughout her career. A graduate of UT Austin for both her undergraduate and law degrees, Sandra has forged a career path spanning large law firms, corporate legal departments, and boardrooms. Whether as a GC, managing partner, or board member, Sandra has brought to each new challenge a combination of strategic vision and the abilities to problem solve, communicate effectively, collaborate, and build consensus. She brings these same qualities to bear when it comes to advancing diversity in the profession. A colleague of Sandra's said it best. Sandra exhibits rare courage and determination in driving diversity and inclusion. And it is for this reason that she gets things done. Under Sandra's leadership, Toyota's legal department has been recognized as a leader in advancing diversity. It is well known that Sandra looks out internally for promising women and diverse attorneys and makes sure that they are in line for opportunities to advance within the company. And as a result, Toyota's legal department is a place where women attorneys and attorneys of color thrive in their careers. Sandra's commitment to diversity extends equally to Toyota's outside counsel relationships and to the profession more broadly. Toyota has put in place systems to ensure that its outside firms staff teams of attorneys that are not only the best and the brightest, but also reflect the diversity of Toyota's customers. She empowers the attorneys in her department to follow through on this commitment, to ask the difficult questions of outside counsel, to make certain that the company's commitment to diversity and inclusion is shared and realized by Toyota's outside firms. Not surprisingly, Sandra's efforts to champion diversity have been widely recognized. She is a founding member and serves on the executive committee of the Center for Women in Law at UT. She has received DRI's Diversity Pioneer Award and the Legacy Award from the Brennan Center for Justice at NYU. It is my great pleasure on behalf of NOL to present the 2018 M. Ashley Dickerson Award to Sandra Phillips Rogers. Please join me in congratulating Sandra and thanking her for all she has done to advance diversity.
Good afternoon, everyone. Kristen, thank you for that very kind and generous introduction. And thank you, Nal, for this awesome recognition. Before I go further, I must thank some very special people who are here today. First of all, I thank all of you for coming and supporting this event. But I've got some special people who really mean a lot to me who are here today. I've got my sister and my nephew. I've got some of my very best friends in the world. I've got colleagues from Toyota. I've got wonderful outside counsel, many of whom are here to celebrate this occasion with me. And there's a special group that I want to call out. Lisa, maybe there's a better name for it, but I kind of call us the DuPont women. We had a wonderful dinner last night, and it's a group of women who, at various points in their career, did work for DuPont. And DuPont was a pioneer and created women's and minority networks among its outside counsel and its in-house lawyers to actually provide opportunity for us and to give us a chance to meet them and develop business and show our leadership. And when I look back on that time, I can say without a doubt that I don't believe I would be here before you today were it not for that group, were it not for a company that was so committed to diversity and inclusion at a time when perhaps it wasn't as cool. So with all of those thanks, I humbly accept this award on all of their behalfs, because it does take a village to do anything, I think, in the legal profession. And for me, it has certainly been with the love and support of many people in this room that has made a critical difference. And so I humbly say thank you very much. So over the past few weeks, if not months, I've spent some time reflecting on this award and Miss Ashley Dickerson's impressive legacy, especially what it means in my own life to push myself past boundaries, to make a difference, a meaningful difference for women and others, just like Miss Dickerson did for her entire and very, very long life. And so I dug back and I thought about it. Our president of Toyota, Akio Toyoda, he is very, very focused on getting everyone across the globe to become recommitted to what it means to be excellent and what it means to move our society and our company into a future of mobility. And so it's not just how you get from point A to point B in your car. Now our focus is how do you move across a room? How do you get access to resources in your own home if you're unable to do so? And so his call to action is start your impossible. So maybe you've seen the commercials that Toyota has been running on Start Your Impossible, but it's much, much more than that. It is really, I think, at its core to help us push past our boundaries to create a more inclusive society that everyone can benefit from. And you know, I'd like to think that Start Your Impossible would have also really resonated well with Ashley Dickerson, given some of her tremendous achievements. You know, as was said earlier, she was a woman of many firsts in the legal profession. But what I like most about what she did and her courage is that she stood up for what she believed. And she was a catalyst for so many others to help confront their own challenges. And whether it was trying civil rights cases, pro bono cases, mentoring, as you've heard, she never tired to promote diversity in the profession, fight for the disadvantaged, and stand tall in the face of adversity. There's a quote that that I just loved. And she said, "I'm just not afraid to fight somebody big. Whenever there's somebody being mistreated, if they want me, I'm there to help them." And this has really challenged me because I want to be a person who is not afraid to push past boundaries, to be there to help those who need help, and do it with a lot of courage and dedication. But I think this is really what we need in our profession, perhaps now more than ever. And again, I salute and all because the work that this organization has done to advance women across the profession is just extraordinary. It's been life-changing. It has changed the profession. But I think we've all got to challenge ourselves as to what our role is. How can we help our organizations move forward? And today's environment is one of opportunity. It's one of great challenge. And it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to feel as though the reality of gender and racial disparities is just stifling, and it's also tough to see a path forward in many ways, and we're wondering where our country's leadership is on many of these issues, and are they doing enough? And of course, we know that there are daily reports of cases of women not being treated right, of being harassed or discriminated against. And in our profession, we have a unique opportunity and a role to play. Now, maybe the statistics look better to you over time, maybe they look the same, and maybe they look worse. Some days I can't decide. But one thing I do know is that we have made tremendous progress, even though I just read that women general counsel are making 78 cents to the dollar for some of their male counterparts. But I'm here to tell you that I'm extremely optimistic about the future. We are already seeing some unprecedented changes that I think we can attribute to the hard work of many people for many years to help improve the situation for women in this profession, and also whether it's through movements or what have you. Things are moving in a good direction. There's near record number of women being placed on corporate boards of directors and CEOs, and in industries where that hasn't been the case ever, such as the oil and gas industry. So I'm going to remain optimistic, but I'm also going to challenge myself to make sure that the momentum that we're seeing now continues, because we can't let this moment go. We can't just see all of the students who are out protesting, all of the people who are trying to move the needle in society, do this for naught. So I think it's incumbent upon all of us to keep moving and to keep challenging ourselves to start our impossible. So when I get up and have a chance to talk, I like to talk about my legal team at Toyota. As I've kind of mentioned of late, I think the legal department at Toyota is kind of the Wakanda of the legal profession. We've got a little over, probably closer to 70% of our department are women. 40% are people of color. More than 70% of my leadership team are women. And just in the last year, we've promoted 4 of the women in the legal department to vice president positions. We've established initiatives to make sure that we are challenging ourselves to do better among historically disadvantaged groups. And we've got wonderful outside counsel who we also are challenging. And there's about 5 women I counted in this room who have worked on Toyota matters, perhaps the most significant legal matters that we've ever faced. And I got to tell you, these women are awesome. They're extraordinary. And we are very fortunate to have them partnering with us. I think the other thing is that we try to make sure that where we spend our dollars is where our heart is and where our values are. And we got work to do there, but 51% of our dollars are going to women and people of color. And that's very important. It's important to me because I tell folks, when you think about diversity and inclusion, it really is very simple. Do you want to win? Do you want to succeed? Do you want to have the best and brightest around the table? Do you want to have a vehicle to help you come up with the next best thing? If that's the case, then you want women on your team. It really is nothing more complicated than that. And so for me, again, receiving this award on behalf of my team members at Toyota, it means a lot because I think this is the way that we continue to challenge ourselves to do better. You know, I enjoyed seeing the video of all of the things that NAL has challenged you all to do at these meetings and throughout the year. And it was mentioned in my introduction that I am one of the co-founders for the Center for Women in Law, and I must tell you, one of the greatest professional experiences I've had is to co-chair our Women's Power Summit. And we have manifesto moments where women commit to do great things, and I've just got 2 stories to share with you of one lawyer who decided to start her own law firm and then to also start a clinic to help support veteran women. Another rose to the seat of power and challenged their diversity and inclusion program in a Fortune 20 company. And she looks back to the challenge that she was given at the summit. And likewise, I want to leave all of you with the challenge of starting your impossible. What is it that you can do that you've been trying to do for yourself to unlock power for other women? Please take it seriously, do it, commit to it, because I will tell you it makes an incredible difference. And let's all be like Miss Ashley Dickerson. When there's a problem, when there's a challenge, you stand up and you look it squarely in the eye. I want to thank you for the time that you've given me today. I obviously want to thank you for this wonderful award, and I want to congratulate all of the other phenomenal lawyers who've been recognized here today. We will continue the struggle, and we will continue to start our impossible. Thank you very much.